Ready for a new year of rides and attractions, entertainment, food, and more in Disneyland? Then get ready for today's jam-packed video full of new tips, new offerings, new recommendations, and just a whole lot of new. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. I absolutely love when y'all flood the comments and ask for more Disneyland videos because they are so fun to make. And this one was especially fun because we get to talk about a lot of new stuff coming to Disneyland in 2026, while also providing you with some updated tips and tricks to make sure you don't miss out on all the future must-do experiences. There's a lot coming to Disneyland this year. Starting on March 22nd, 2026, Bluey's Best Day Ever is going to debut at Fantasyland Theater in Disneyland. Now, Disney says this new show is going to celebrate the heart and humor of the critically acclaimed Disney Plus animated series. But it's not just a regular show, it's a really cool show, and an immersive one at that. The Fantasyland Theater is going to transform into Bluey's school, so throughout the day, Bluey and her sister Bingo will get up on stage, joining a group of musicians and comedic actors to pull music and games straight from the show and into real life. Oh, and there'll also be themed specialty food available at Troubadour Tavern. Crossing my fingers for some sort of Bluey baked potato. Sorry friends, but a stay at a Disneyland hotel, any Disneyland hotel, no longer means early theme park entry anymore. Starting January 5th, 2026, the early morning perk, which allows you to go into one of the two Disneyland parks 30 minutes before the general public, is going away for good. So, if you're wanting a head start for the most popular ride queues in either park, your best bet for doing that in 2026 is by getting up and around for Rope Drop, right at opening time. But don't stress too much about missing the early theme park entry perk. Those who are planning to stay at one of the Disneyland hotels in 2026 will get one free Lightning Lane per person per stay instead. This Lightning Lane will be part of Lightning Lane MultiPass and can help you skip the line at most rides. But you're not going to be able to use it for Radiator Springs Racers in California Adventure or Star Wars Rise of the Resistance in Disneyland, since those are both normally single pass Lightning Lane options. The Lightning Lane will be available as long as you've got valid park admission and reservations locked in at the hotels. Disney Vacation Club reservations also qualify, but Good Neighbor hotel bookings do not. The Lightning Lane perk is nice since it'll let you skip a line in the parks without having to wake up early to do so, but unlike early entry, which was available every day, you'll only receive one free Lightning Lane for your entire stay. So it's a good benefit, but not exactly as good as what we used to have. So based on that, stuff might take a little more planning than normal, so exciting news. We recently updated our 3 Perfect Days in Disneyland PDF, free PDF mind you, that you can use as a springboard for planning your trip out west, as well as seeing the major difference between traveling to Disneyland and Disney World. Just scan the QR code you see on the screen now or head to disneyfoodblog.com/DisneylandPlans and we'll send that PDF your way right away. All the newest restaurants coming to the Disneyland bubble in 2026 will be located in the downtown Disney scene, at least as far as we know right now. Disney's probably got some stuff up their sleeves. And the best part about this is that you don't even need a park ticket to try them. In 2026, expect to find Bopo Go, a boba tea shop, which I'm so stoked about, Arthur & Sons Steak and Bourbon, which is taking over where Tortilla Joe's used to be, and it is looking incredible, Pearl's Roadside Barbecue Restaurant, Porto's Bakery for sweet pastries and Cuban-inspired dishes. And have you had those Thanksgiving bowls from there? Because they are so good. We've also got a new Earl of Sandwich location, and Gordon Ramsay is opening the Carnaby Tavern, which will be on the 2nd floor of the Earl of Sandwich building. Be excited. Pixar Place has some really cool new premium suites that you can now book to make you feel like you're part of one of the Pixar films. There are 2 different movies you can potentially be immersed within. The Coco Suite is inspired by the Rivera family hacienda and even includes family photos and mementos that'll make you feel like you're right at home with them. While the Incredible Suite features mid-century designs with the primary bedroom inspired by the Parr parents and the connecting room inspired by Edna Mode. The entryway also features this really cool hand scanning prop, which is only the beginning of all the super inspired touches and special effects featured throughout the suite, like a spy phone and hidden messages and secret doors and more. 2025 was the kickoff to Disneyland's 70th anniversary celebration, and the festivities are still going on, but they won't be happening for all of 2026. When August 9th rolls around, the festivities are going to start to finally wrap up, meaning limited time shows like the Wondrous Journeys Castle Show in Disneyland, Paint the Night, also in Disneyland, that awesome nighttime parade, and the World of Color Happiness in California Adventure could wrap up around the same time that the celebration does. So if you're wanting to see these shows before they're gone for good, or at least gone for a little while before some other specialty event brings them back, then make sure you plan your Disneyland trip for the first half of the year to increase your chances of seeing those. Now here's something fun for the Disneyland vets out there. The Paint the Night parade currently happening in Disneyland is a returning parade that originally made its debut back in 2015 for Disneyland's 60th anniversary. Remember that? I do. Now back when the parade was first introduced, Disney used to sell these interactive paint brushes, which could be used by guests during the performance to change the light colors of the parade floats going by. Disneyland isn't currently selling anything like it at the moment, though your MagicBand Plus will still light up along with the show if you purchased one for the trip. However, Disney has confirmed that if you still have one of those paintbrushes from ye old days, they still work on the Paint the Night parade floats. So if you bought one way back when, dust them off and take them with you. They still got some magic left to give. Several Disneyland locations have seasonal offerings on their menu, which is great because that means there's a high chance there'll be something brand new for you to try the next time you visit. But it also means you're going to want to keep a close eye on these menus because the item you may have wanted to try could be gone by the time you arrive. Disneyland will normally list on the top of their online menus if a sweet or savory option is only going to be around as a seasonal offering. That way, you won't be left guessing whether or not a certain snack might or might not be available during your trip's time frame. Yeah, it's almost that time, y'all. It's almost time for us to say goodbye to Mike and Sully to the rescue for good. The Monsters, Inc. Dark Ride, as well as a good chunk of the Hollywood backlot area, will be demoed in early 2026 as the park starts breaking ground for the new Avatar Land to be opened at a later date. Per the release of this video, we don't know the exact closing timeline for Mike and Sully. We just know it's going to be wrapping up its time in DCA in early 2026. So the sooner you can get over to this park in 2026, the more likely you'll be able to say so long before it hits the high road. And of course, get your last chance in to be Screamer of the Day. Both Disney California Adventure and Epcot have a food and wine festival, and both have a festival of the holidays too. But do you know what festival DCA has that Epcot does not? Lunar New Year. Lunar New Year is a joyous tribute to Chinese, Vietnamese, and Korean cultures, and it's happening this year from January 23rd to February 22nd. It's not a long festival, so you'll want to take advantage of it while you can because there is some seriously incredible food and awesome entertainment. Be sure to look for the Sugar Artists. It's amazing. And if you can't make it out to Lunar New Year, you might want to aim for Food and Wine instead, which is going to take place in 2026 from March 6th to April 27th. Don't forget, it usually will soft open. Each year during Food and Wine, DCA brings together the finest winemakers and brewmasters and mixologists to lead you through 30 to 40-minute guided tastings, answer questions, and explain the secrets behind the sips over there at Sonoma Terrace. While specific seminars will happen on certain days throughout the fest, they're usually pretty inexpensive and start at about $25 per person. In general, using a park hopper add-on in Disneyland is a whole lot easier than using one in Disney World, since the two parks in Disneyland are literally right next door to one another. But if you're traveling during a Disney California Adventure Festival season, having a park hopper handy means you'll have multiple chances to visit the festival that's currently underway, giving you the chance to try even more of the limited time snack options that maybe you didn't have time or stomach space for during your first visit. So, for example, even on your Disneyland Park Day, you can take some time to quickly jump over to DCA, pick up a few festival noshes, and then hop on back over to Disneyland to finish out the rest of your day. Takes about 5 minutes to walk between the two. Okay, I did a little foreshadowing for this one a little bit ago. So another reason park hopping can come in handy during festival season is it might give you the opportunity to soft launch a DCA festival before its official opening date. Festivals don't always have a soft launch, but they usually do, meaning that they open the day before they're supposed to, so that all of those booths can get any kinks worked out. For example, the 2025 Festival of Holidays. While this fest wasn't supposed to start until November 14th, we were able to soft launch the food booths on November 13th, which is a treat and a half for our Disneyland reporting team. So if you've got a park hopper handy and you're in Disneyland Park the day before a DCA festival is slated to open, you might want to take a quick pop into DCA when you get the chance. Usually those booths will open sometime in the early afternoon or late afternoon. As of November 21st, Disneyland has removed treat shop locations from mobile order, and that means you won't be able to mobile order from Disney's Wonderful World of Sweets in downtown Disney, aka Marceline's Confectionery, Pooh Corner in Disneyland, Bing Bong Sweets in DCA, Candy Palace and Candy Kitchen in Disneyland, and Trolley Treats in DCA. Disney hasn't confirmed if this is a temporary or permanent change, but for the time being, just expect to stand in a line if you want to order a sweet treat from these locations. If you want one of those viral interactive keys that took over the internet by storm when they were first released, 2026 might be your last chance to get a hold of one and use it around Disneyland Park. The key to Disneyland will send you on a journey to unlock the magic around Disneyland. After you purchase the key at one of the participating shops, like World of Disney and Downtown Disney, for example, you'll start making your way around Disneyland Park looking for the 70th celebration lock station in each land. Once you've unlocked all the magic in all 9 lands, you'll head to the Mickey Topiary Finale lock station by the entrance to Disneyland near the newsstand and tunnel to earn your reward, a commemorative trading pin. The Key to the World souvenir isn't exactly cheap, but if you're looking for exclusive 70th anniversary souvenirs that won't break the bank, you might want to go on a ticket hunt instead. If you have a MagicBand Plus, you can go around different touch points in Disneyland Park to collect free 70th anniversary tickets. Now, these touch points can be found at Autopia in Tomorrowland, Main Street Cinema, Silver Spur in Frontierland, the Skipper Lockers close to the Jungle Cruise in Adventureland, and outside Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique in Fantasyland. Though this won't come with a ticket, this is just a fun immersive moment for you to activate. Now, one of the most random MagicBand Plus trigger points in Disney California Adventure is the one near Grizzly River Run. Now, despite Disneyland no longer being home to a Country Bears show, you are still able to find the Country Bear themed quick service, Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree, over there in Disneyland. And for some reason, over in DCA by Grizzly River Run, you'll find a carved-looking Big Al statue inside. If you wave your MagicBand Plus in front of Big Al in DCA, he'll talk to you and maybe even say something punny in good classic Country Bear fashion. Sorry, one more MagicBand mention here, and then I'm done with that. Unlike Disney World's classic MagicBand models, your MagicBand Plus will need to be charged if you want to keep on using its lights and vibration features. You can press the button on the back of your MagicBand to get a charge status. Green means good to go, yellow means running low, and red means dangerously low, or no longer working. According to the Disney website, the battery on the MagicBand Plus is designed to last 1 to 3 days on a full charge, depending on park usage, but it is recommended to charge it overnight before your planned park days. Who's ready for a ton of nostalgia? Disneyland After Dark parties are separately ticketed events that will take place on select nights in 2026, from January through June. You can choose from 5 differently themed evenings, which include a brand new themed After Dark event, Disneyland After Dark 70 Years of Favorites. This is an all-new theme for 2026, centered around celebrating 7 decades of unforgettable moments in the park that started it all. There will be swing dancing at Royal Theater in Fantasyland, a Videopolis dance party at Tomorrowland Terrace. How's that for a throwback? Line dancing at the Golden Horseshoe, photo opportunities and characters from days gone by, like Long Lost Friends from Disney Afternoon, Mother and Father from Carousel of Progress, I know, Merlin, Flick, and Ada, and the Phantasmic Monkeys. This After Dark event is only happening twice, on March 3rd and March 5th, meaning there's a good chance that by the time you watch this video, all those tickets for the event will be booked up if you don't already have them secured. Always worth double checking though. But you can always check out one of the other 4 Disneyland After Dark events that'll be happening next year too. Sweethearts Night, Disney Channel Night, Star Wars Night, or Pride Night. It's coming back, y'all. D23 is returning in 2026. In case you've never heard of D23 and the Expo before, this is Disney's official fan club and its massive fan experience. This is where Disney executives and celebrities and fans from around the globe will join together in the ultimate celebration of all things Disney fans. The convention consists of special events, exclusive merchandise, unique exhibits, and fascinating presentations, including news about what's up and what's coming for the Disney parks. In 2026, D23 will take place from August 14th to the 16th in Anaheim, California, at the Anaheim Convention Center and the Honda Center. Tickets will be available for purchase starting in spring 2026, but we'll let you know once we hear about those specific ticket drop dates as it gets closer to time. I am ridiculously excited about this one, and I hope you are too. You should be. On November 14th, Storybook Land Canal Boats in Disneyland Park reopened after an extended closure with a brand new miniature structure based on Rapunzel's tower from Tangled. And this new addition changes depending on what time of day you ride. During the day, you'll hear a charming arrangement of When Will My Life Begin? But at dusk, the music switches over to I See the Light, and the display features twinkling lights reminiscent of that famous lantern scene that always gives me chills. Whether a classic ride is undergoing some seasonal refurbishments or a huge project is in the works, like the transformation of an entire land, you'll want to be aware of any work that may affect your trip or close down an attraction you were really looking forward to seeing. This is true of any Disney park, whenever you go. A few Disneyland rides that we know for sure will be receiving some much-needed TLC and experiencing temporary closures in 2026 include the Mark Twain Riverboat in Disneyland, which is set to close for an undisclosed amount of time beginning January 12th. Grizzly River Run in Disney California Adventure. This is set to close for refurbishment on January 5th. Now, the water ride typically undergoes maintenance during the cooler months, so this isn't unusual. Incredicoaster in Disney California Adventure will also go down for refurbishment starting on January 5th. And rounding out the list is Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind, the colorful spinner attraction tucked into Pixar Pier. This is also expected to close January 5th. Just because you've eaten at Ronto Roasters or Katsaka's Kettle or Docking Bay 7 or Oga's Cantina in Hollywood Studios doesn't necessarily mean you need to skip these duplicate Galaxy's Edge restaurants during your next Disneyland visit. While lots of the Galaxy's Edge restaurant items are similar between the two parks, you're bound to find different options across the menus as well, some that you might enjoy even more while you're in Disneyland. Speaking of Oga's Cantina, don't worry about making reservations for that place anymore. In fact, you can't. Yep. The Oga's in Disneyland no longer takes reservations, so if you want to try this spaceport bar, it's first come, first serve from here on out. Yep, you read that right. A Disneyland upgrade has actually gotten less expensive. The Tomorrowland Skyline Terrace evening dining package is a VIP snacking, sipping, and fireworks viewing experience. The prices were originally $89 for any guests 3 and older, but starting November 14th, they dropped down to $75 per person. During this experience, you're more than welcome to stay the whole night or come and go from 7:30 to 10 p.m. Just keep in mind that from the Skyline Terrace, you won't be able to see the projections happening on the castle during the spectacular, which could be a deal breaker for you. We're used to seeing Soarin' Around the World take a step back whenever Disney California Adventure's Food and Wine Festival takes over the park, because that's when Soarin' Over California steps up to bat again, giving you the chance to see the original version of this ride, either for the first time or for nostalgia's sake. But in 2026, Soarin' Around the World will be taking another step back to let a new version of Soarin' take up the helm. Soarin' Across America will debut at Disney California Adventure on July 2nd, just in time for 4th of July shenanigans. All we know about this new version so far is that Disney's creating it to celebrate America's 250th anniversary, so expect this version to showcase some of the country's recognizable cityscapes and natural beauty. Okay, same thing we say for Disney World all the time. Don't pay full rack rate for your hotel. The same rings true for a 2026 Disneyland trip. Check out the offers and discounts page found on the Disneyland website when you get the chance. The savings and promotions posted here switch up regularly, but often feature discounts on things like park tickets and Disney-owned hotels. So never book a Disneyland trip without looking to see if you can land it for 10, 20, or even 40% cheaper. Good music, good food, good vibes. Yep, there are several reasons why February is one of the best times to visit Disneyland. But one of the many reasons is the Celebrate Soulfully event. To celebrate Black history and culture, Celebrate Soulfully brings live music, specialty dishes, and installations by Black artists all around the resort all February long. Also, on February 20th and 21st, and the 27th and 28th, Celebrate Soulfully brings its annual concert, Celebrate Gospel, onto the Disney scene in downtown Disney. Oh, here we go. Another missing Disneyland hotel perk incoming. Normally, Disney California Adventure has 2 secret entrances available to guests, one attached to Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and a more hidden one that leads to Pixar Place. However, the Pixar Place / Disney California Adventure entrance will be closed off in 2026 as DCA starts up some of its major construction projects. Instead, Pixar Place guests will need to use the main entrance for DCA or can go in through the Grand California and Downtown Disney entrance. Now, I can understand how this missing DCA perk is very discouraging for some, but my assumption is that it will be back after that construction, so we'll wait and see. Not all flights have to be boozy, and no one proves that better than Disneyland. So here are some of our favorite places to get a non-alcoholic, non-conventional flight around Disneyland. At the adorable Snowman Frosted Treats in DCA, you can get the It's a Flight to try all 3 of the non-dairy soft serve flavors on offer: lemon, raspberry, and mango. You can order a trio of bows at Tropical Hideaway in Disneyland Park. This comes with your choice of lime chicken or char siu in any combination and also includes bao sauce on the side. Over at Jazz Kitchen Coastal Grill and Patio in Downtown Disney, you can order the Beignet Quartet, which comes with a sample of their 4 glazed beignets to share: 1 Bananas Foster, 1 strawberry, 1 churro, and 1 simply glazed. Are we talking about ducks as in Donald and Daisy? No, we're talking about the famous Anaheim hockey team. On February 22nd, 2026, Disneyland in February continues to be fun. Disneyland's going to bring back the fan favorite Anaheim Ducks Day experience, featuring appearances by select Anaheim Ducks players, hockey-themed entertainment and activities, snacks, photo opportunities, and more. It's a really fun day to be in Disneyland. Who's ready to take on new missions on board everyone's favorite hunk of junk? Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run in Disneyland is getting a major update that'll go live May 22nd, 2026. With this update, we'll see new scenes featuring the Mandalorian and Grogu, plus we'll receive higher quality graphics and more interactive features that'll make all future flights feel more realistic. And guess what? The engineers are going to have an important new job during each mission. After these changes go live, engineers will be able to choose the location that everyone travels to from here on out. It's back. The Disney Junior Party is making a grand return to DCA for 1 day only in 2026. During this event, you'll be able to meet and greet with popular Disney Junior characters, engage in fun, family-friendly activities, take advantage of cute photo opportunities, and more. It's the perfect event for the family with younger kids who'd be tickled pink to meet some of their favorite TV pals in person. And then, after the fun wraps up in DCA, the Disney Junior Extravaganza extends its festivities into a 3-day event in Downtown Disney. Expect all of this to happen on August 13th to the 16th. In 2026, Disney California Adventure will break ground on a brand new Coco ride, which will be housed in a current backstage area set between Paradise Gardens Park and Pier. Now, this will be the first ever Disney ride starring the Coco crew, and it's going to be a boat ride. Now, in the meantime, if you're really wanting to see some popular Coco characters make an appearance on a Disney boat ride, Disneyland Park did add Miguel and Dante to the Mexico section of It's a Small World in 2025. You can find them near one of the large, bright colored suns, and they are hard to miss, so I can't wait for you to see them. This summer, Disneyland Hotel opened its all-new concierge lounge called the High Key Club, which celebrates the music and sounds of Disneyland Park circa 1955. Check out those murals. They are stunning. I want to jump inside and live in that artwork. This lounge took over the space of the previous club-level lounge in Adventure Tower and doubled it in size. It also offers Disneyland fireworks views for concierge-level guests only. So if you want to experience this lounge yourself, you'll want to book a club-level room specifically at the Disneyland Hotel, because it won't be available for anyone else. And Disney also has plans to add a second club-level lounge to Disney's Grand Californian Hotel, in addition to the Veranda Concierge Lounge that already exists here. This is going to be a 2-story space that'll celebrate classic craftsman design. And since the rest of Grand Californian is so gorgeous, I trust no corners will be cut for this one either. This is expected to open in 2026, but in the meantime, the Veranda Lounge is still open and available for everyone staying club level. During the show World of Color Happiness over in Disney California Adventure, which stay tuned because we're going to be talking about this a little bit here, the emotion of happiness is thoroughly explored, which is fitting since this one's hosted by none other than Joy and her fellow emotions from Inside Out and Inside Out 2. Before the first World of Color performance of the evening, you can vote for which emotion, sadness, anger, disgust, or envy, will get a special spotlight that night. You just have to make sure you have the Disneyland app already downloaded and push notifications turned on. There's still one virtual queue lingering about the Disneyland scene, and that is for this World of Color Happiness show. Once the clock strikes noon, a virtual queue drops on the Disneyland app for preferred viewing for World of Color Happiness. This preferred viewing location can be found over at Paradise Gardens Park. Virtual queues get snatched up quickly for this one, but if you're lucky enough to secure it, just be sure you arrive 45 minutes before the show begins to check into that preferred viewing spot. For the record, you do not have to secure a spot in the virtual queue to still see the show. This is just a virtual queue for prime viewing, not only viewing. So you can still gather around the water with everyone else and probably get a clear or partial view of the spectacular regardless. It's not just World of Color that's got the happiness overlay going on right now. It's a Small World is currently hosting a new projection show called Tapestry of Happiness because apparently you cannot get enough happy right now. After the sun sets, the ride's facade transforms into an animated mosaic inspired by the work of Disney artist Mary Blair, several times per night. So don't walk past this one as you're hurrying over to some other attraction that evening, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. You definitely don't want to miss this. Everyone's welcome to visit Pixar Place Hotel, even if you don't plan on staying there as a guest. And you probably want to take Disneyland up on that offer, especially if you love collecting rare meet and greet opportunities. As it turns out, characters like Bing Bong from Inside Out and Joe Gardner from Soul do hang around Pixar Place once in a while. And if you're lucky, you might even be able to catch Joe while he's tickling the ivories near the lobby. Toy Story Midway Mania wants to get in on all the festiveness too. Not only will you see large, shiny 70s stickers slapped up all around the Midway Mania queue, but during this Rudy Tooty point and shooty experience, you'll also be able to aim at special targets specifically created for the 70th. That'll help you rack up a lot more points during the ride, by the way. Your multi-pass purchase can do more things than just provide you with lightning lanes to help you skip the ride lines. When you purchase multi-pass, you'll also be able to download all your PhotoPass downloads from your day, not just the ones on the rides. So don't be shy, smile for the camera. Disneyland recently took out its entrance turnstiles for both parks and the monorail and replaced them with new facial recognition systems akin to the system used at Disneyland Paris, which is meant to streamline the entry process a bit more. To enter, you'll now scan your tickets using the screens at each individual entry gate. After your ticket's scanned, instead of scanning one of your fingerprints right after that, every guest in your group will use the camera icon on the screen to capture your photo. You know how at Disneyland they always had your photo anyway, and now they're just capturing it digitally instead of a cast member doing it. Once your photo is digitally attached to your ticket, the entry gates will swing open and you'll be welcomed in. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique is a premium Disney makeover experience for kids ages 3 to 12, giving them the chance to feel like royalty in Disneyland Park. But just this past October, the boutique added a brand new experience to this already magical time. Now your kid will not only transform into a prince or princess of their choosing, but they'll be able to meet and greet with the real live fairy godmother straight out of Cinderella. In 2025, Walt Disney A Magical Life made its big debut inside the Main Street Opera House, and that was a really huge deal because this show is the first ever Disney show depicting an audio animatronic of Walt Disney himself. But this is also where another historic animatronic stage show, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, took place. So, did Walt kick out Lincoln? No. I mean, kind of, but only temporarily. Ultimately, Walt and Mr. Lincoln are going to share a space inside the Main Street Opera House and be shown in rotation. So, keep your eye on the Main Street Opera House schedule to see who's going to be showing up to give a big speech during your next visit. Lightning Lane Premier Pass is a luxury service where you can pay to access every Lightning Lane for rides across both Disneyland and Disney California Adventure for one day only. Once you purchase it, you get to use each ride's Lightning Lane once, including every ride listed for Lightning Lane Multi-Pass and Lightning Lane Single Pass. The price of Disneyland's Premier Pass varies by date, but generally it's going to cost you between $300 and $400 per person per day. So, is that super steep price tag really worth it? It might be worth it if you're okay with paying extra for convenience. $400 per person is a lot, but with that cost, you won't have to book your lightning lanes all day and run back and forth across the park or fight with scheduling conflicts or things selling out. But let's not ignore the elephant in the room here. You'll save a lot of money by just purchasing Lightning Lane Multi-Pass or Lightning Lane Single Pass each day instead of spending possibly thousands of dollars on Premier Pass. Not to mention, you probably don't want to shell out the cha-ching for Premier Pass if you're not planning on using park hopper tickets. The $400 cost includes access to over 20 lightning lanes across both parks. So if you're not park hopping, then you're not going to get the full value out of that service. So let's say you do decide to get Premier Pass, then I've got a hack you might want to try out depending on when your trip is slated to happen. Just like we mentioned before, Premier Pass is intended to guarantee just one time, entry to each available Lightning Lane attraction in both parks. But here's the catch. Both Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout and Guardians of the Galaxy Halloween Overlay, called Monsters After Dark, are eligible for their own Premier Pass. Now, as the name suggests, Monsters After Dark runs at night, usually starting around 2 p.m. each day of the Halloween season, so you can still experience the normal iteration during the first half of the day. So if you want to use your Premier Pass to ride both versions, you'll need to ride Mission Breakout before it shuts down for the day and then ride it again once Monsters After Dark takes over. This one's for you, Magic Key holders. In the past, anytime a Magic Key holder wanted to upgrade their annual pass to a higher Magic Key tier, you'd have to physically go to Disneyland, visit a ticket booth, and do it in person. But now, Disneyland's finally added the ability to upgrade a Magic Key pass online via the Disneyland website or app. So if you're thinking about upgrading your Magic Key for 2026, that process just got a whole lot easier. No trip to the ticket booths required. So why is this so important to remember in 2026? Because Disneyland just announced a new Magic Key tier that current pass holders may want to upgrade to soon. On January 13th, 2026, Disneyland's releasing the Explore Key pass for $999. Benefits of the Explore Key include reservation-based park hopper admission with the ability to hold up to 4 theme park reservations, up to 10% off select merchandise and dining, 25% off parking at the Toy Story parking area, and 25% off the purchase of Lightning Lane Multi-Pass. The Explore Key will replace the current Enchant Key tier, so if you currently have an Enchant Key pass, you can keep it until it expires, even if that means keeping it until after the Explore Key goes live. But when it's time to renew, you'll have the option to renew into a different pass type. The benefits of the new Explore Key pass and the old Enchant Key pass are similar, but Explore will have the added perk of being able to go to the parks on weekdays in June and July. Want to experience a rare, under-the-radar Disneyland holiday? Try Dapper Days. Dapper Day is actually hosted by an outside organization, though it still happens inside Disneyland Park, encouraging guests to step out in style with vintage-inspired attire or just dressing up, featuring modern-day Disney twists. The organization hosts in-park meetups so you can connect with others who are also dressed for the occasion. In 2026, Dapper Days are happening twice in Disneyland. The first on April 19th, which will be the spring outing event, and the next happens on November 15th, which is the holiday outing event. The Tenaya Stone Spa inside the Grand Californian is most well known for its massages and treatments. However, if you're looking to increase your heart rate instead of slow it down, you can sign up for one of the many fitness classes here. Not just any fitness classes though. Fitness classes that take place inside the parks, bright and early. To learn about what classes are available for your trip's time frame as well as price points, head to the Tenaya Stone Spa website and click on the View Activities button to get started. What a cool option. Disneyland's going to be an exciting time in 2026, which is why the DFB team and I are going to continue putting out new Disneyland videos on the reg to help you plan for those future West Coast trips. So stay tuned for more Disneyland videos in the future, and don't forget to check out other Disneyland vids we've already released, like our best Disneyland snacks under $10. Oh, and if you haven't already, go ahead and pick up that 3 Perfect Days in Disneyland PDF over at disneyfoodblog.com/Disneyland plans. Remember, it's totally free. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.